milk my chat with you ready for
Sangria.
from whenever you want to hit me about breaks and stuff.
Oh, are we like live?
No.
Yeah, we are.
Oh.
purple worm-like creature just
and they come across a goblin that is charging them.
She sees it start to lift up on the air.
Wait. We gotta go to New York? What? And we're live!
Woo!
Every bit of enthusiasm that a cold December month brings this cast. Welcome into another charity stream here on the Hit Points Not Required channel. We are excited to tell you a fantastic story all about the theater this evening. But before we get to that, really should introduce who we are. So let's start all the way over to my right, our tail weaver extraordinaire. Say hello, Jacob.
Hello, Jacob.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you much. Moving on. Next over.
AI can't replace us. They can't do stuff like that.
Yet. It is coming. Next square over. The grass is always greener on the other side of the fence when it's a meadow.
Howdy, darlings. I'm Meadow.
And next, vying for the top billing as always. Hi.
I'm Vi.
Indeed you are. And I am Chuckles, always someone who's not quite as funny as their name. But moving on, we have the man I always want to take pictures of me, especially when I'm wearing a full-length peacock feather cloak like I was this weekend. We have Chrysander Mandragora.
That is me. Howdy, y'all. Thanks for watching.
And always the card up our sleeve, it's Owen J. Ace.
Hi, Jacob. I am Owen J. Ace. Happy to be here.
Hi, Owen J. Ace. I'm Jacob.
Just Jacob?
Yeah.
Go around the board. Say hi to everyone, please.
I feel spurned.
I don't know what we're doing anymore. I'm confused. Who's who? Who am I? I don't know. But in addition to this wonderful cast that we have here, we have Violet in the chat taking care of our audience and making sure that we are all heard and seen and everything goes according to plan. Is the man behind the glass, Rook Vellum. And that's our cast and crew. But how about you? Meadow, can you please tell us how we're doing on our road to 1,000 friends? And can we give away something?
Absolutely, we can give away something. As you know, or may not know if you're new here, Hit Points Not Required is on the long journey to 1,000 friends across all of our social media. So if you are new here, we'd love to have you join us. You can head to our beacons, which now has been updated with new socials like Instagram, where you can, if you've already entered before, expand your entries by joining us on yet another platform where we'll post cool reels, lots of posts to update you on where you can find us online, and updates to some really cool projects we can't wait to share with you in the new year. So we have done a drawing from all of our lovely followers. We pulled Sky T Cosplay, who has followed us on TikTok. So we'll be reaching out to you, Sky. Thank you so much for being one of our friends. And if you too would like to win a cool shirt like Sky just did, you should follow us on any one of our socials where you reside most, whether that YouTube, Discord, right here on Twitch, of course, or any of our other lovely areas like X, Instagram, or TikTok.
Yay! And in addition, now newly introduced as of, I don't know, just a few minutes ago, it seems, we have a Patreon, and you can enter there as well to become part of our friend group, to be eligible for prizes, for any of that stuff. Just, join there, because not only will you get something for free or have a chance to get something for free, we have some amazing rewards there. We have exclusive merch. We have the opportunity to bitch about your own lawn at a private happy hour. You can play some games with us, maybe even get a handwritten letter. Not excited about a handwritten letter? Why does nobody like handwritten stuff anymore? I don't know what's going on with this crowd, but I'm excited. I would like a handwritten letter. So I'm going to join and request a handwritten letter. But don't just join the Patreon for the great rewards. It's getting cold outside, and with the chill setting in, we are giving back to the community. Hit Points Not Required is helping the Atlanta Mission, the largest and longest running provider of services for the unhoused population in Atlanta, Georgia. They provide meals, shelter, counseling, and many other basic necessities to those in need. And with the launch of our Patreon, we will increase what we're already doing as a direct donation to the Atlanta Mission with an additional warm coat or similar gift for each 5 new patrons who subscribe to a named tier. So come join, get 4 of your friends, join together, and know that you're not only going to get some great rewards, you are going to help the unhoused here in Atlanta. Please help the people of Atlanta stay just a little bit warmer this winter. And with that, I turn it over to the warmth of a good story. Take us away, weave us a tale, Jacob.
Thank you very much, Chuckles and Meadow. We begin our session tonight in the Grand Majestic Theatre. The glimmer of chandeliers, the hum of anticipation, velvet curtains hiding a sinister threat, perhaps. The city's guard having intercepted word of an assassination happening in the theatre tonight. I know. How original. The party, as we come to find them, will have something to do with perhaps thwarting it, perhaps inciting it. Who knows? But at the Majestic Theatre, the city's kind of crown jewel, this lavish, beautiful, soaring columns, gilded balconies, an expansive kind of theatre that wraps around this proscenium arch. We begin backstage, down a set of steps through the maze of the rigging, as we watch a little dwarven individual kind of running around, making sure everything's set. We whip through, down backstage, through a long, narrow corridor into the Stars room. Someone that you viewers would all know as well as someone trained under Dr. Allison Shakespeare, and he doesn't take on apprentices that often. This is Celeste Lycretia, a half-elven woman, tall, beautiful, flowing black hair with like golden eyes. This beautiful, beautiful gown. She's sitting at the chair with these dancing lights around the mirror, kind of prestidigitating and kind of changing her makeup. As she's sitting there, she speaks over her shoulder to an individual. As she speaks over her shoulder, she says, I trust you've gotten to know the place at least a little bit. As I said, a hefty sum of money for the protection and the smooth running of the tragedy of Tyria tonight. Glances back. Malison, who do we see? Take the spotlight for a second from our diva.
Bent down on one knee, currently rigging a magical alarm across the door frame, following, tracing over to the window that might be on this side, leading outward to another venue in the city. You see Malison, a man with a black twisty mustache, chiseled jaw, wearing simple yet efficient hide armor, white slivers of hair kind of puffing out over one eye, large scar covering the one side of his face with two glowing golden eyes. And Azumar, you won't have to worry about that. We will make sure you are safe. But really, Madame Celeste, I must protest. Isn't it better if we simply don't perform?
She turns and just kind of like gently places a hand on your cheek and says, "Oh, my dear, I see the arts haven't touched you just yet. No, the show must go on. I thought that when we lost my dear Mattie Brookflower, my king to my princess, I thought the show would have to cancel, but I have fortunately thought of a solution. We have dozens of understudies and people beneath me, but there is no one better to assign the role of the king to than," and she pulls a huge kind of crown and puts it on her head, "myself." And she kind of clicks her fingers and half the crown tears away, and she starts to do half and half makeup, king and princess. "The tragedy of Tyria will continue, and you will get your money. The show must go on no matter what. If the show fails or falls or cancels, I'm afraid your wage will be drastically cut. Is this understood?"
Well, trust me, I've never lost a wage once. None under my charge have ever come to harm. You hired the best for a reason. We'll see it through.
Glad. I'm so glad. Now, if you please leave me, I have vocal warm-ups to do. And she just starts screaming in the background there. You watch as a little dwarven individual with a clipboard comes scurrying past, opens the door and kind of winces at each scream. He says, "Hello there. I just wanted to let you know, Madame Celeste, doors in 1 hour. That's 1 hour. 1 hour, thank you, Jory. And the city's guard want to be absolutely sure you don't want them on the premises to stop whatever craziness is going on." "Of course I don't. I have a very capable individual here. Malison, this is Jory, the stage hand. I'm sure you've met them already, but if you kindly follow Jory out, I need to prepare."
I leave as quickly as possible.
Excellent. Door shuts. Jory kind of breathes out and says, "Quite a handful, no?"
Right, I've got work to do. And I just walk past him.
Cool, great. All right, I guess. And just kind of walks off. As Jory walks off, you make your way through this maze of a backstage area. It is cold, kind of concrete-like walls. And as you're making your way through, you step around a corner, and there's just a light patch of almost like damp floor in front of you. And as you glance up, you spot someone who you may have already met. Will, would you like to take the spotlight and introduce yourself, please?
All right. Well,
in the background.
Will is about 3'2" human-looking individual, old, little fringe of white hair at the top, mostly bald, coveralls with a patch that says Will, and a ring of keys on a retractable reel on the belt, plunger. And slung across the back is a big, long broom, a push broom. But if there's a wet spot on the floor, I'm probably hanging up somewhere up top, but I'm just going to come scrambling down the side of whatever the part of the stage or whatever it is, and pull out a cloth and go, "Oh, I got the schmata. I'm going to get that. Let me get the schmutz out of there. Don't slip on it. Nobody slip on that. I will get that at the puddle. I'll get it. I got a schmata. We'll get this. It's no problem. All this schmutz, all these kids today, they want to sit there and press the digitate, but that doesn't really get anything clean, you know. There's nothing like a schmata and soap."
Good lad.
As you stand there, you would hear a knocking on a door just down that same corridor. You would see Jory knocking on another like dressing room door. Maudlin, I just wanted to give you an update on the audience. I know you're wanting to know now, Madam Celeste. She hasn't said that you're going on, but just be prepared, right?
the door swings open and slams against the back wall. And standing in a very dramatic pose is like a very slender tabaxi with one of those like heavy draped boa robes on, like what she thinks stars wear in their dressing room. And she goes, "I'm always ready."
Right. Good. Again, you're not confirmed to go on stage. Madame Celeste is looking to do the whole show on her own now that Matty's kind of, gone. But I just wanted to let you know, confirmed that Lord Valis, the owner of the venue, will be there. It's looking like Victor Hargrave. Victor Hargrave to be like veteran actor extraordinaire, second only to Dr. Alison Shakespeare and Daniel Fay-Lewis. Looks at you and says, and also Mayor Morrowind will be coming as well as a bunch of other dignitaries. But I just thought I'd let you know so that you can kind of prepare yourself. There's nothing like getting in the audience and kind of seeing the first row. That's where they're sitting for some reason. Someone requested that they sit in full view of the front of the stage, so that's where they're sitting. So if you do go on stage and you do see them, don't freak out. I've got so much more to do. Malison, well, nice to see you. And kind of trots off, leaving you in the doorway there.
I immediately, over this gaudy robe, start like strapping props and stuff to my back that I might need if I have to run on at the last minute. And I'm like rolling up the costumes that I know that Celeste is going to have to wear for like the different parts, so I can do like quick changes into them. But I'm already practicing the lines under my breath and like walking past Malison and Will to start like getting into character.
Excellent. You step past Malison and Will. As you step past Malison and Will, we hear another door opening down the end of the corridor, the opposite end of the corridor. Robbie, you've snuck in here before, and you know this place relatively well. You know where Celeste's change room is. And as you come around the corner there, heading in that direction, you head down the corridor and you come face to face down the end of the corridor with Maudlin, Will, and Malison just on the corner there. Would you like to take the spotlight and let us know who we see?
Of course. You see a tall elf man in a tweed trench coat. As he sees everyone, he immediately brings his hand to his mouth and summons up a little pipe. Oh, I didn't expect anyone here.
Oh, Robbie, I'm so glad you're here. My big break. It's tonight. I would not have anyone else be witness to this, but you. You are so lucky, my friend. Tonight, center stage, me. Keep an eye out.
Oh, it's confirmed then.
Whoa! Robbie, nothing's ever final in the theater.
Oh.
But we must be on our toes.
Right.
As you stand there, you would hear the sound of, just on the other side of the wall, the rigging for the stage kind of moving, and then as you hear that, you hear Jory, the stage manager, go, "That's right, a little bit smoother. If you can slow down the transition." You hear, "No, stop! Who's up there? Come down. You've ruined everything. We're gonna have to reset." Horatio, who do we see? What happens?
You see, probably climbing down from the riggings and the crevices in the walls, a tall bugbear, furry arms, long like goblinoid ears, in plain dark work clothes, but over that costume cape with a high collar and a very small like phantom mask that he puts on as he climbs down. And he says, "Who beckons a creature of darkness such as I?"
Horatio, mate, I'm gonna need you to reset all this, please. We have the house opening in less than an hour, and it's me, Jory. I beckon the darkness at this hour. Please, just make sure everything goes smoothly. We need this. We need this, or we're shut down. We want to show that theater is important. We don't want Lord Valis to shut the thing down. We don't want to be kicked out of the town by the mayor. We want the reviewers to be. This has to go well, or my job's fucked. Okay?
Yes. Though I love this world that has outcast me, I shall work ever in shadows to see it done.
Right. I've got things I've got to do, and he walks off. As he walks off, you climb back to the top. As you climb back to the top, you can see the rigging comes across the stage, where the kind of the lighting is, the ropes, the sandbags that kind of counterweight the scenery that drops up and down. And from up here, you have a view over the whole audience, and you also have a view over the top of the wall into the backstage area where you can see Robbie and Maudlin there, Will, Malison together. As we cut away from there, you would hear a shrieking from the room of Madame Celeste.
Malison would run back immediately.
I'm headed there, but with a smile on my face.
I'm gonna head over to Robbie at this point in time and be like, yeah, there's always that shrieking and stuff going on there, but that one, and I point at Maudlin, lots of chutzpah, but I went through the garbage, I went through all the schmutz, bubkis, nothing there. We didn't find nothing.
So do you think this is a time I can talk to Celeste? Maybe. What?
Look, you're a lot smarter than I am. I'm not. Come on, Bubba. You are much smarter than I am. But all the people just went run. There's a bunch of people there. How are you gonna get this? You can try.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Now's the time, right? And he takes out a little papers that he's been working on, and it's like, this is the time.
I'm right behind you. Go. Right behind you.
And he kind of skips along, following everyone else.
Excellent.
I think
Malison
Horatio is following, but on the, he's following along, but on the top level. Like, no, angel of the stage. That's in his head. That's playing. Actually, he's singing that softly.
Yes. In dreams he came. You run in. Malison, you kick the door open at first. She is on the floor in a puddle of her clothing. She is kind of weeping. Her eyes are stained with makeup there.
Right, running slide in, grab her. What happened?
And cut. Right. Is everything okay?
Oh, God.
Flicks her makeup away.
Damn,
she
she's good.
She looks at you, Malison. She kind of hooks one hand behind your head and says, "Oh, I didn't worry you, did I?" I'm so sorry.
Just stand.
Yeah. As you stand, she says, "It's so nice to have so many people concerned for my health. I ask that all of you show your kindness to me, to Malison. Please. Malison has my best interests at heart, has the theater's best interests at heart. My dear Maudlin, ready to go on at any moment. My dear Robbie, I've met you, I remember your name. And my dear Will, making sure I don't slip and fall, making sure there's no dust anywhere. And kind of looks up to the rafters, my phantom, wherever you may be." And kind of looks down at the rest of you and just gives a wink. She says, "This is our night. Whatever happens, we mustn't let the theater be shut down. We mustn't let the show end. I thank you all." And she turns.
Right. Everyone out. And I just start ushering people.
Mm-hmm. Excellent.
No, you mean us.
Yes.
As you usher everyone out. Yeah, I hand it to you guys in the corridor here. Thank you, Malison, dear.
Of course. Once the last of everyone is out, I'll just close the door and kind of stand there. Are all of you entertainer types this infuriating? I'll just look at Maudlin.
All eyes go to Maudlin.
She looks shocked, but it's definitely fake shock, and is like, no. We're all extremely level-headed, grounded, and centered. I just think our dear star is overwhelmed by the possibility of, all of the dying. It's perfectly rational, dear. And if she thinks that you are fit to save us, then wonderful. Do you do reads? Could I run lines with you? I'm debuting tonight.
I can read, if that's what you're asking.
Oh dear. Well, you have a natural gravitas. I'm sure the words will just leap from the page. And she hands him a whole stack of the script, and starts monologuing.
Just gonna look at Robbie and just hand it off to him.
Of course, and I start reading along. It is just one big monologue. There's no other dialogue in here.
100%. 100%. Excellent.
I'm gonna climb up. I'm gonna climb up the wall and see what Horatio's got going on up there. I heard there was yo H. I heard some crashing and grinding. Does anything need to be cleaned up here? Did you make a mess?
No, Goodwill. Everything is fine, as it can be in the wretched lair of one such as myself. I hear
you lost me after fine, but all right. There's a little dust up here. I'm gonna get it for you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. I hear there's trouble or something today.
Yeah, well, somebody might die is what we've been hearing, but Robbie down there is really good at sleuthing.
That counts as trouble, yes.
Well, it can be inconvenient. The first time, but Robbie down there is great at sleuthing stuff out. I usually just bring him all the garbage. He goes through everything. Boom, problem solved.
How dark is it in the backstage?
So in the backstage corridors, it's completely light. You're in the corridor with Maudlin and Robbie, where Will and Horatio are up over the top of the stage. It's incredibly, incredibly dark, except for a single spot on center stage. The curtains haven't been drawn yet, so you can kind of see through the stage out to the raked seating there.
I'm gonna look up towards Horatio and just kind of beckon him down.
Excuse me, Will. I will swing down as dramatically as I can.
Excellent. Why don't we get a real quick acrobatics or performance check?
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of swinging around here.
Acrobatics.
First death on the way.
Oh yeah.
All right. 12 on a nat 3. I got a 12.
Not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, you've done it before. It's not a smooth landing, but
yeah. Readjust. Dramatic. Phantom pose. Hiding. The cape is not quite big enough for me.
The original dab.
Yeah. Dab real quick. Yeah. Yes. You summoned guardsmen.
I just wanted to talk. Not quite a summons, but whatever. How much of this light back here can we strike?
Oh. DM, how much of
You could certainly kill the lighting in the entire venue if you wanted to. Your diva might be pissed off, but you can kill the lighting in the backstage in green room kind of area where the storage and all that sort of thing. You could certainly dim all the lighting here. Yeah.
If our assailant happens to not be of those of us that can see in the dark, it might be worthwhile to have them blinded. You understand?
Yes. The
Mm.
darkness is our ally.
Yep.
As you say that, I'm going to summon a little magnifying glass to my in my hand and look around as I cast detect magic and just look around the room if anything, if I feel anything, other presence around us.
Beautiful. Yeah. You start to make your way through the backstage area with detect magic up. It's at this point you hear a 30-minute call from Jory. And as you're kind of looking around, give me a real quick perception check, Robbie, as you're hunting around with your detect magic up.
That's a dirty 20.
Robbie, yeah. Dirty 20, Robbie. Okay, great. As you hunt around, you make your way through, you would detect... Let me make sure I get everything here. Yeah. How do you do?
I did not expect that voice to happen. That took me way off guard.
Came out of nowhere.
Like that.
Sorry, Rocky, my mistake. You would find beautiful. Okay, as you're hunting around, you would find near the kind of the props and kind of storeroom where everything's built and made. You would find what looks to be a vial of alchemist's fire sitting on the desk there. And as you make your way around into the actual kind of props table where everything's taped out, you see that there are a number of swords, crowns. There's some banners. You would see that there is a little bit of magic coming from the swords, both of the swords, and you would see that one of the swords has a little bit of magic coming from it, and you would notice that the whole one of the backdrops that's kind of been moving forward, the one that kind of got jammed and is being reset, that has an odd sense of enchantment to it, and the other one would be, you wouldn't know what kind of magic the sword would, but the sword has a glow of magic. The backdrop has an a summoning, to it, so a conjuration to it.
Oh, okay.
Fun.
Yeah. As I motion over to Maudlin, what are these magic swords doing here?
She's finished her monologue and is now like practicing choreography, and is like, sorry, darling. Okay, 1 second. And there's no more noble road to victory than a good jazz square. Sorry, what are you saying? What's happening? And she kind of like jazz squares over to you, like a quick kickball change on her way over to you. It goes, what is all of this big glass? What's happening?
Robbie like summons another microscope, but giant now, just 5 foot in diameter, and like that sword right there.
Oh,
what is it used for?
Oh,
Why
which
is
part
it magical?
of the play is it used for, DM?
This is used for the sword fight, the dramatic duel between the king and the princess, in which the king and the princess fight, enemies to lovers, then back to enemies, then back to lovers. And in this fight, the princess is stabbed by the king, and then the king is run through by the princess.
It's for the end, dear.
Oh,
you.
Okay. Yeah. I've seen this play before. You mind demonstrating how the end works? You've prepared for this all the time. I'll be the one that gets stabbed through.
Oh, I've never gotten to hold the real ones before. And she just grabs it and picks it up and is
straight
going
away. If you've ever been in the theater, as soon as you pick up a prop, alarm goes off. Jory comes sprinting and goes, "Who touched the prop? Who touched the prop? You don't touch the props on the props table. They're laid out. They're taped out. Please do not touch the props on the props table." You hear Celeste from her dressing room saying, Did someone touch a prop? No, nobody touched a prop. It's fine. I bumped him. Please, Maudlin, put the prop back. You sit it back on the table. Dismisses the alarm. You recognize the alarm spell, Malison.
Just rolling my eyes as heavy as possible. Just the thickest. Ugh.
I could read that from the rafters. Goodness. Well, Robbie, I would love to show you, but it's more like a parry and a thrust and a back and a forth. There's a lunge, and then there's a bit of like changing of positions. You understand. It's all well choreographed. Everything is well in hand.
So, okay. So whenever a prop is moved, the alarm goes off. I see.
I mean, until the person who's supposed to touch it touches it, I assume.
Oh. Okay. I see
Yes.
nothing wrong
Oh, we're on to something, you and I both.
Celeste calls out and says, Jory, if I could see you in my dressing room, please. Yeah, what? I'll be there. Please don't touch the props. And
Yeah.
Jory
I
tries
open the door for him.
Thank you so much. Steps on in. They start to have a conversation in there. You hear...
I'd be in there, so.
You're in there?
Yeah, I'm not leaving her alone.
Beautiful.
Well,
She
I don't
looks up
trust
and
anybody.
she looks up and says, Malison, dear, if I could have but a moment with my stage manager. You don't need to leave. If you could just block your ears and hum to yourself, possibly.
Sure.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll a deception check if you're not actually blocking your ears. If you are,
I don't care what they're saying. I'm just watching him.
Genius. Excellent. She is kind of putting a hand on his shoulder and kind of speaking, and he's kind of going, kind of gives her a thumbs up. She kind of gives him a look of like, you understand? And he goes, yeah, of course, of course. Hands off, hands off. Thank you, Malison.
Yeah.
Back in a moment. Kind of goes to the door.
Opens it for him.
Excellent. He steps out. He comes running down the corridor. As he comes running down the corridor, he kind of curves around past you, Will. As he looks at you, Will, he kind of stops and he says, "You might want to get some tissues, a mop. Yeah, yeah. I'm about to break some news to Maudlin, and there's gonna be tears. Okay."
It's okay, but it's okay for me. Yeah.
I'm just trotting around to you, Maudlin. Right, Maudlin, could you take a seat, dear?
Yes, of course I can. Okay, all right. Joey, darling, tell me the good news.
Celeste wanted to know how you handled that blade, and I gave her the short and long of it. And she said she'd be honored if you'd join her at least for that fight scene at the end. Mainly because she's going to do the rest of the show herself, but if you can quick change into the king's garb...
Of course I can!
...in order to jump in for that last fight scene.
I was practicing that quick change all night last night, non-stop. I sprained an ankle, of course I can do it.
Of course you did. Of course you did. I'll let her know. And house opens in 10 minutes.
Thank you, Ted! And she like throws her arms around Jory to hug him.
Okay, thank you. Jory comes running out, says to you, Horatio, have you reset that first one yet, Horatio?
Oh, yes, it has been done.
Good man. All right, see you in a second. Kind of he runs back to where you are, Malison, and tells Celeste what's going on.
Opens the door for him.
Excellent. It's done, ma'am. Thank you. And he leaves.
Could
Close.
as I reset that rigging, can I inspect it to see if there's anything wrong with it or anything like tampered with it?
Yeah, you're going to look at the big kind of stone castle flat where we begin our story and end our story.
Yeah.
Make an investigation check if you wish.
Okay. Not my best. Okay. 14.
14. It is a very, very... Most theater flats are kind of like paper mache and kind of timber and balsa wood. This feels like actual stone. Oddly enough, a very heavy flat, as far as you can tell.
Seems dangerous, but all right. Guess I'll just lift it high above the performers, where it belongs.
Excellent. You lift.
I'm
it
just gonna
high
watch
above.
him.
Or I set it where it's supposed to be for the.
Yeah, you said it. Excellent. As you said it, is there any final preparations you guys would make before the audience is let in? You can hear the rumble of theater goers out front of the Grand Majestic.
Oh yeah, they didn't let everybody in yet. I want to get over there and make sure all the seats are cleaned and check and make sure everything is good and ready for them. I don't want any accidents or nothing. I don't want anybody kvetching about anything about their seating.
Beautiful. The seating's very well assigned. Front and center, Lord Erendor Vallis, the owner of the theater. Next to him, Victor Hargrave, the veteran actor. On the other side, so you've got theater owner Victor Hargrave. On the other side, you have the mayor, Elena Marrowind, the Air Genasi mayor of this town here, and then a number of other seats that are laid out. A reviewer on the very end of the aisle here, and a reserved seat just on the other side of the mayor with no name on it.
I'm just gonna make sure it's all nice and clean. Boxes or anything like that? Is anything going on with the box?
No box seating. There is your stalls and then your dress circle. So the best seats in the house are literally like just back from the front in the stalls. There's no box seating in here. Yeah. So you're safe and sound.
I'm gonna check them all, make sure they're all nice and sturdy. I don't want anybody, falling on them. Make sure all the seating is okay, everything is nice and clean, and then I will walk back up on stage and make sure the stage is all nice and clean and tidy. I don't want any extra dust. I don't want any slip and fall on the stage. I don't want any actors having to go through none of that.
Excellent. You make an investigation check for me.
Gladly. That's a 3, a natural 1 for a total of 3.
Perfect. The place is clean and tidy. No sign of any hazards. Nothing like that at all.
Yeah, we're in great shape. This is going to be a great production. Nothing to worry about, Robbie. Maudlin, you got this.
Thank you, Will. She's bawling. Is it possible for her to have her pre-show ritual? Where she
I will absolutely. Yeah. Tell me what your pre-show ritual is. Yeah.
So there's a lot of warm-ups. Is she going to be playing the king or the princess?
You will be playing the king in the final fight. The king who stabs the princess just before the princess puts him out as well. The tragedy of Tyrion.
Yikes. So she's already dressed as a king. She's going to spend the entire time dressed as the king, just so she's ready, just in case Celeste decides early she doesn't want to do both parts. And she's she's doing trills, she's blowing bubbles and straws and singing through them, keeping her throat steamed. And then she goes over to the props that she's never been allowed to touch. And she goes, I trust you. You trust me. I trust you. You trust me. And she's casting, but it's more just purely from her soul of wanting this so badly. But she is casting divine sense right now to sense if there's any energies in the theater that she should be aware of as she centers herself.
You detect no good, evil, celestial, fiend, undead coming from anything here. It would also put a bit of a dampener on the idea that the theater is haunted. You kind of confirm that there's no supernatural elements at play here, is what I will say.
Oh no. That's not what I wanted. I like my little theater legends. She'll go, okay, maybe this is a wonderful sign. Maybe. Is it bad? Is it good? No, this is a wonderful sign. And she'll start singing she'll pull out one of her many instruments that's like clacked along her belt, and she'll start singing a song called Life on the Stage, or The World to Stage. And anyone who can hear her, I think people closest would probably be Robbie, Horatio, and Will, since Malison is like in with Celeste.
Oh, I'm outside the
but-
door now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think I can do it to up to 3 creatures. So I'll leave it at that. But they all get inspiration as she sings about what the theater means to her, and how vital it is to live a life on the stage.
Excellent. I'm curious what Horatio's doing hearing this angel sing.
I think he has heard this song before and is like quietly like doing the harmony like from the rafters.
Yes,
Ad-libbing.
we love.
I think he like takes one of the lights and like points it at like a soft like spotlight.
You hear from the back of the theater, please don't mess with the lighting grid. It's been set.
Right, okay. Slowly put it back.
Excellent. You hear Jory say, right, house is opening. Everyone get ready. Here we go. And the house opens.
Yeah, at that point, I'm gonna make my way up. I'm gonna probably go up like the curtain or something like that with the broom, like brushing it out as I'm walking up the curtain, just to make sure everything's clean, and go over and hang out with Horatio. Get a good eye in
Bird's
case
eye
there's
view.
any schmutz from. We'll get the bird's eye view. I can dive right on it and get it right away.
Yeah. Right before the house would open, at that call, Mouse would probably go just off stage, but like kind of where he can see whatever audience there is. And I'm going to cast Ambush Prey on myself to go invisible for this next hour.
Beautiful. Yeah. Nice.
Just keeping a watchful eye on everything happening front of house.
Beautiful. Horatio, yeah.
I think Horatio, is just setting up to keep an eye on the front and the back if he's on like the top of like that wall, or like as much as he can survey. He's just trying to look out.
Yeah.
You're gonna hurt yourself with your head spinning around like that.
Such is my charge.
Here's what I need from you, Horatio. I need a stealth check with advantage. You've done this before, but I want to make sure you stay hidden, because if the diva sees you ruining her performance.
Okay.
How far up? He's got some sort of cover there, right? But it goes up a little bit over.
Yeah, so you've got the proscenium arch, you've got some of the lighting that hangs just below that he's able to stand on, but indeed, because people are sitting lower, they can see up into the rafters. Dress circle wouldn't be able to see him, but people at the front that don't have like the light shining on them would be able to see him. However, he is completely hidden.
I cover my face with my tiny cape. 28 on stealth.
Nice.
Yeah, just in case, I'm gonna do like a minor illusion, just an area over there. It just looks like the background
the rest of me.
is up behind him. So unless he goes outside of that area, there's nothing for him to see.
Yeah, you've got like the backdrops. So if this is a bird's eye view of the theater, you've got like the backdrops, and then you've got lighting rigs and the open stage, and then the audience here, essentially. So you're able to run across the rigging at the top there. Ropes tied off side stage to sandbags that will counterweight things that drop down. And you guys prepare yourselves. Robbie, what are you doing as all this happens?
Yes, Robbie, specifically out of Will's sight, takes out a tiny rat and puts it kind of on the shelf next to the props. I believe in you, Ratty. And then Robbie's going to walk into the audience and cross his arms and kind of like shut his eyes a little, but he minor illusions his eyes open as he looks through his familiar's eyes.
Nice. Okay, you look through your familiar's eyes from near where the props table is. Beautiful. Excellent. Perfect. Here's what happens. The theater starts to fill. As the theater starts to fill, you see dozens and dozens of theatergoers coming in. Some of them dressed in Celeste's, princess outfit. Some of them dressed like kings. You see some of them in the gaudy makeup that that the king used to wear when he was on stage here. As they all walk in, some of them are having little mock fights with the wooden sword. People that have seen it before. You hear people whispering about, "I've heard this is one of the best performances that have been going around in a long, long time." As they're all chatting, you watch as a tall human steps on in. You can see that he has almost regal like posture, and he's wearing almost like a papal outfit. You would recognize him as Lord Valis, the owner of the theater, and he starts to sweep down. Behind him, you can see in like a a scarf wrapped around him, what look to be large kind of black gloves, a beautiful three-piece suit. You see Victor Hargrave, another human, kind of aged, has a little bit of a, I'll give him like an Ian McShane kind of aged with like perfect teeth there. As he comes stepping on down, and behind him you see the shorter, more squat, the Air Genasi Mayor, Elena Marrowind, kind of sharp eyes, and this beautiful, slightly kind of princess-like costume she's tried to dress up for the occasion. She's kind of waving to the people. As she's waving to the people, she's saying, "Oh, very happy to be here. Glad to be with the theater folk. That's a very nice costume." And she kind of makes her way down as well. As they sit together at the front there, you would see a number of people filling in seats around them. And as they fill in the seats around them, you would see Horatio and Will. You would see Jory trotting down from the box office, past you, Robbie. Walks past your rat backstage, just past the props. Stops at the props for a second. Just kind of puts a hand on each of them, a hand on the sword that was magical. Kind of nods and then kind of walks down and around. Malison, you see them heading around the corner, heading to the back, a tight kind of like tuk, 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 tuk. It's time, Madame Celeste. I know. Please tell me the understudy is ready when I need her. I'll make sure of it, of course. And Robbie, Jory kind of steps back and is now lingering backstage.
Yeah.
Celeste comes
At this
out.
time, I'd pull my crossbow out.
Excellent, yeah. Crossbow out at the ready. Celeste steps out as the crowd hushes. As the crowd hushes, as she steps on out, she looks out at the audience from side stage, not too far from you, Malison. Maudlin, you're across the way. She looks out to the audience. There is a sliver of like nerves you've never seen her have before. And she just kind of goes, oh, okay. And the lights go down. As the lights go down, just her footsteps out onto the stage.
As she passes by, I would just whisper, "I've got you. Good show."
Thank you. As she steps on out, a light hits the stage. It hits her halfway, and you just hear someone at the back go, "Fucking Horatio," and they kind of adjust the light there. And as she begins the show, we will go ahead and take our interval before we get to her show and her interval.
Fucking Horatio. That guy.
Oh, how they hate and scorn me.
purple worm-like creature just
And they come across a goblin that is charging them.
When she sees it start to lift up on the air.
There were intense moments, but you know, I think we're back.
Oh.
Oh no, we're back.
Go
would do
away.
that.
We're not ready. Everyone leave. Come back later. Beautiful. So, as we come back to this moment on the stage, our diva stands with the spotlight on her. And as she stands with the spotlight on her, she says, once this stage held dreams. Here, beneath the flickering glow of candlelight, we conjured kingdoms and wove tales of glory, but dreams, like kingdoms, crumble in time. And glory is but ash in the hands of those who grasp too tightly. She kind of gestures out to the audience and then back to the stage behind her. Beware those who would trade truth for applause, who would tear down the rafters to keep the spotlight shining. They speak of vengeance, of righteousness, but their pain is a mask. You, Horatio, go, ooh, mask. Their wounds self-inflicted. So watch now as tragedy unfolds, not for a kingdom, but for a stage. For there's no greater folly than pride, and no greater sorrow than a final bow. She kind of tilts her head down, and there's a polite applause there. As we come into our performance, she continues a bit of a monologue there. I would love to know from you guys what you guys are doing as she strides across the stage, Jodie Comer prima facie style, like different kind of, y'all know what I'm talking about. Or Andrew Scott, Vanya vibe, you know, whichever you wish to choose. One woman show here. What are each of you doing in your hidden little shadows and places?
Well, Mustin is currently invisible just off stage, scanning the whole audience constantly, not paying any attention to the play, disinterested as can be.
It sounds good to me. Go ahead and give me an insight check. I think would be the best thing for this.
Heard. I'm not. I've trained myself to avoid any normal movements, right? Clapping, like audible applause, gasps, or what have you. But anybody that moves in any way, shape, or form that's different, I'm like, motherfucker.
Okay.
So 17.
Couple things. First of all, you spot Robbie. Robbie is surprisingly Robbie's eyes aren't blinking, just staring straight ahead. The other thing you would notice is in the seat next to the mayor, there is an odd kind of slightly like a figure hunched down in their chair that is watching the stage, and their eyes are flicking towards the mayor and then like towards the other side, and occasionally they just kind of twist their back and look back towards the side of the audience and things like that. And the final thing you notice is in the middle of the stalls, what looks to be two older looking females who look identical. They have these round horn-rimmed glasses, this shock of like bleach blonde hair that's in like a bonnet, a beehive kind of thing. Sorry, and you see that one of them is kind of reaching into their like down and into their bag, and everyone in the theater would just hear the crinkle and rustling of some sort of candy wrapper.
Aggravating.
But those are the three things you notice.
I'm gonna keep particular eyes on the hunched figure. I don't like the shifty way that he seems to be scanning the same way I am. Like, why isn't he just watching the stage if he's here to watch the play? Kind of vibes.
Excellent.
But also, them two old ladies, they just kind of freak me out. So I'm gonna be glancing between the two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You keep an eye on them. What's everyone else doing?
I mean, I've got my eye on the candy wrapper. Go ahead, Mother.
It goes back in the bag, thankfully.
I would like to. I see her opening monologue, and I'm like mouthing along with her from the wings, and then I'm like, "Get it together. Yes, she's good, but you're about to be her scene partner." And I think she wants to go like look in Celeste's dressing room for something that will get her greatness to glob off on me, like, you know, like a little lucky charm or a little like inspiring like notes in her journal, like anything, something to feel a little closer to Celeste as I'm about to take on this grand undertaking.
Beautiful. Yeah, you head backstage and head towards Celeste's dressing room. Will, Robbie, Horatio, anything you guys are doing?
Robbie is going to be looking through the rat's eyes and is going to do two things. First, before Maudlin goes back to get some inspo, is going to rub against her leg and cast Enhance Ability. And as a little bit of glitter just puffs out of the rat.
Love.
Normal thing for a rat to do. Cool.
Yeah, 100%.
Glitter rat.
Normal.
Like, oh, this is a glitter
next,
Thespians.
I'm going to the rat's going to jump on the prop table and touch that magic sword and cast Identify.
Okay. Okay. Cool. We will come to that in a moment. Okay.
As he himself takes out a little magnifying
glass. Great. Yeah. Will, Horatio, what are you guys doing?
I think, I believe that we have eyes on the audience. I don't know where Malison is, but Robbie's there and is certainly awake, eyes wide open.
I'm invisible.
I'm going to watch the backstage and the rafters and make sure that everything is operating as it like clockwork, as it always does. See if there's anything out of place in the back workings.
Beautiful. Excellent. Give me a perception check, Horatio.
Okay. 14.
Excellent. And Will?
Oh, well, Horatio H has this thing under control over here. Everything looks good. I want to try and like slip down and check out the lavatories, make sure nobody has like the poo flu, nothing's going on. I don't want like any of our esteemed guests to have to go in and deal with a mess during their mission.
Yeah. Excellent. You head down into the toilets there. Do me a favor, roll me an investigation check, please.
Oh yeah, it's got to be better than the last one. 19.
Okay. Here's what happens. A string of things happen at once. First thing that happens is, Malison, you hear the alarm for Celeste's dressing room go off in your mind. Maudlin, as you step in, you hear nothing.
Yeah. It would be an immediate glance over. Do I see it as Maudlin?
You see the door swing open. You are not in the position to see the door itself. You'd have to walk out and down the corridor. So if you picture the stage and the backstage, you are in the wings here. Her dressing room's back here, so you'd have to go out and around, essentially. The other thing that happens as you're doing that is, Maudlin, you step into the dressing room. You glance, you kind of notice Will walking down. Will, you make your way down to the toilets. As you make your way down to the toilets with that investigation check, one of the toilet stalls is kind of locked shut, and you look under and there's no feet. You, Horatio, would see that Jory is beginning to climb the rigging. And as he's climbing the rigging, he just kind of stops for a second and whips his head over to the props table and looks up and just goes and kind of makes his way back down and starts to run for the prop table. As he starts to run for the prop table, Robbie, your rat touches the sword. As he touches the sword, everything kind of goes white for a second. It's just your rat and the sword. And as your rat and the sword are there, you just watch as another rat scurries on over. And as the other rat scurries on over and says, "Oh, hey there, you looking for what this talking to your rat? You want to looking for what this thing does?" Yeah, kind of picks it up and goes, I'm the identify rat. You can call me Paulie." He's kind of looking at it there.
Hello, Polly.
Hi, you don't sound like how I thought you'd sound, if I'm honest. Oh,
Well, I'm just put on a voice sometimes, you know.
oh, okay.
But
I'm glad.
You know, I don't want to be too rat-like. You know, we gotta
course.
respect ourselves.
Of course, yeah. Harmful rat stereotypes. We gotta get rid of those.
Exactly.
It's gonna take me a little bit of time to get this sorted, but it's definitely a sword, and it definitely has some sort of like paralytic poison in it. It'd take me a little bit longer to figure out more, but a paralytic poison sword is what I can tell you off the bat. But you give me a couple of seconds, and I'll sort this thing out.
Hey, that's all I wanted to know. Paralytic poison. That's all I need to know.
You don't want specific, and then you're ripped from the identify, and your ratty is in the hands of Jory, who's looking at it. You just have this POV view of Jory being like, "The fuck, Will, shit, Will," and kind of hurries backstage to try and find, and is carrying your rat with him backstage to try and find Will about cleanliness. I hand it over to you guys to tell me what you're all doing with what's happening.
Do I see
We'll start with
Jory?
Malison, yeah.
Do I see Jory at any part during his movements backstage?
You would see Jory, like you're on one side of the stage, prop table's on the other side. You would see Jory heading across, scooping something off the props table, and just kind of turning and heading back further, deeper downstage, upstage rather, into the backstage area.
But question.
Yeah.
Is it normal for Jory to come up to the rafters during a show, or is that?
It is. During a show, it's very rare, unless something is completely wrong. That's what he has you up there for.
Right. Okay. Somewhat suspicious. I think I'm gonna like try to follow Jory along the rafters and see if he's doing something.
Okay, you follow Jory along the rafters, heading to find Will. So we'll start with Malison. We'll start with Maudlin, then Malison, then we'll cut across to Will, then Horatio. So Maudlin, what do you do as you step on in?
You see the tabaxi version of Maudlin kind of fade away, kind of like a Rorschach test mask all across her face as she kind of becomes Celeste. And she's standing there as Celeste, but in these king clothes. And it's like, yes, my dressing room. This is lovely. And starts rifling through everything.
Go ahead and make
like a creep.
Go ahead and make a real quick investigation check for me.
Ugh. I don't think my investigation's very good. Sorry, it takes
That's all right. You just shout it out
for these.
That's all right. You can use.
It's still
you can roll
going.
the Milky Boys if you want.
It's not. It's gonna roll forever. I'm just gonna roll.
Yeah, roll the Milky Boys.
No, God no. Okay, so that's just a flat 15 because my D&D die are still rolling to this day. So
a flat 15. You find a nice amount of jewelry. You find a picture of her younger self that she's got kind of kept away. You find a note from Victor Hargrave saying, "Your last performance was dreadful. Let's hope this one is up to snuff." And you find another bit of paper that says, "We won't be renewing the tragedy of Tyria. signed Lord Valis.
This is
Dun, dun, dun,
worse
dun,
than the
dun.
assassination news. They're closing the play. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. And
Good.
I think she feels like she's like aired at this point and is like, I know too much. It's in my head. Oh god, my performance is shot. And she's going to like run out of the room again. But she forgets to change back to Maudlin, so she still looks like Celeste.
Excellent.
At this
No.
Excellent. At this point, we will cut to Malison. What would you have done leading up to this? Let me know.
Is there literally anybody else nearby within whisper earshot right now?
Go ahead and roll a D100 for me. If you roll higher than me, then I'll say yeah. There's a stagehand there.
I don't
Oof.
want a normal ass stagehand.
Okay.
That's a 59.
59. There is a stagehand there who is just kind of like standing there. They've got like a half-chewed kind of cigarette in their mouth, like they're waiting to head out. They're just sitting on an apple box. They got their
Heard.
arms folded.
Disembodied voice from the nothingness that is invisible Malison will whisper, "Get me Jory now, now."
There is a ghost. There is a fucking ghost. I knew it. Heads off backstage. He goes looking for Jory. As he goes looking for Jory, he comes around the corner. Maudlin, as he comes around the corner, he stops. He looks at you. This stagehand just looks like to be like a big fat kind of ruddy nosed gnome who just looks and goes, "Ghosts. I thought you were on stage." Kind of hears your voice. "You are on stage."
Am I?
Go ahead and roll as you try to Jack Sparrow it. Can you go ahead and give me a performance or a deception here?
Sure. Which one?
Since
And you
you
have
are-
advantage
better
because
for
of
me.
enhance ability.
Okay.
You do have advantage, yeah.
Ooh. Nice.
Ooh,
That rat
fancy.
glitter.
That's a nat 20. But they were
Hey,
both good, so 27.
Excellent. He looks at you and he goes, "Horatio was right. Horatio was right. Okay." Just kind of moves past you, moves past you, and just kind of looks back. He turns and he goes, "Sorry, Spectre, have you seen Will?"
Check for a stagehand shit.
Kind of turns and walks away. As he walks away, we cut to Will in the bathroom there. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna knock on the stall door. You know, it's just...
Nothing.
Yeah, somebody must have did. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go underneath or over, whichever is easier, to go and unlock from the other side. Can't have that. Somebody got to go. We gotta have an open stall door there.
You go underneath. As you go underneath, the toilet is completely kind of shut and kind of sealed. Do you lift the lid to check for anything untoward?
That's part of my job.
Hey! Shout out to you custodians there. You're doing the good Lord's work.
Plunger in
Beautiful.
hand.
Excellent. You lift the lid. I will get you, if you could make what you would deem to be a custodian's check for me.
Religion.
You know what?
I'm
That's
gonna go with
so
medicine.
good.
I'm gonna go with medicine. I think it's.
Yeah, medicine works as well, yeah. Oh, Chrysander. Spot on.
That's a nat 20 for a turtle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Should have been
You
religion,
fuckers.
man.
Excellent. So here's what happens. You begin to you lift the lid. As you lift the lid, there is a lot less water trickling than you expected. It's not as full as you think, which would lead you to believe that there's something wrong with the cistern. As you're doing that, you hear the door to the toilets open, and you hear, "Will, Will, where are you? I found a fucking rat, and this rat shouldn't be backstage. I thought everything was cleaned. And kind of steps on in.
Oh, yeah. You found the rat? I mean, you wouldn't believe what I found in here.
What did you find in there?
A backed up toilet.
Right. Is there anything I can do to help you? I mean, this rat probably would take precedence over a backed up toilet.
Do I
You can see and
recognize-
hear all this, Robbie.
Am I recognizing the rat?
I don't think you would.
You
No,
probably don't
I don't
recognize
think Robbie's. Robbie's busted out the rat an awful lot. Yeah.
Well, in that case, I take the dustpan and whack the rat.
It disappears in a puff of glitter.
Puff of glitter everywhere. I always said no
Like,
fucking
it's like,
glitter.
Deal
on
with this
stage.
rat, and you just fucking
Yeah.
teed up. And just
That-
grand slammed it.
It's gonna be hard to clean up with all the water everywhere.
Yeah, that's that's the worst.
Oh boy.
First,
Jory looks at you and just says, "Do you mind? Do you mind making sure that the props table is clean and free of rats, please?
I thought I wasn't supposed to touch the props table.
Don't touch the props. Just make sure that there's no rats or anyone messing with them, please."
Oy vey. All right, but can't have a backed up toilet.
It's fine. It can wait till after the show, surely.
You got guests out there. They got to use the toilet.
He says, "I will roll up my sleeves if I have to. The priority is making sure the lady on stage is comfortable and safe. And if there are rats on the table and messing with the props, then we're in trouble."
All right, I'm gonna quickly minor illusion a
Mhm.
out of order sign on,
Beautiful.
on that,
Excellent.
and then I'm
Excellent.
gonna take this, pull out my key ring, take this key, and turn it in the lock to the left, and it becomes just a solid wall, so that you can't get into that. Nothing can get into that. It's no longer a door. It's now just a wall.
Beautiful, beautiful. You're using the...
Yes, the instant door.
Nice, very nice. You build an instant door there. As you build an instant door there, there's a nod from Jory. Right, okay. Quick sticks. And kind of heads on out there with you.
Do the props.
Yeah, leads you out to the props there. You watch Horatio as he leads Will out to the props, leaves you at the props there, Will, and then kind of turns to head back along the back there. You can see him, Malice and Horatio. You can see him. You hear that the first act is coming to an end here with her weeping and wailing on the stage. That same thing that you saw her doing as she's crying on the stage there. She throws her hands up and she does a Mother Courage, like a Brechtian silent wail, and the lights just go out. And you hear Horatio from kind of backstage, you hear curtains from Jory. And
I go and do the curtains.
excellent. You do the curtains. As you do the curtains, we are officially in interval. Celeste kind of goes, "Oh, fantastic. Such a good job, everyone. I need to take a breather." And she starts to
I would
head
pull
back.
her aside as soon as she
yes.
passes by
Of course.
and just say, "Someone's been in your room. I don't know who."
Will you follow me there?
Naturally.
Nice. As she's walking, Horatio, you see Jory try to intercept her, and Jory says, "We have a very, very important thing that you and I need to talk about right now, ma'am." And she says, "No, not right now. My
It can
privacy
wait."
has been..." Yes, exactly. And she heads into the dressing room with you, Malison. Horatio, you watch as Jory kind of curses and heads back towards the bathroom. Robbie, you can see that patrons are getting up, but the three dignitaries are staying in the front row. And I hand it back to you guys to see what you want to do.
I just want to lock eyes with whatever stagehand didn't go and get Jory before I go in. That asshole. Very clearly said.
I was haunted by spirits. The spirit of Madame Celeste herself in King's costume was there. And he kind of says that
Useless.
to you. He came out of her dressing room. I saw it with my own eyes.
Really?
Yes.
Great. Stay out here. And I go inside the room.
Excellent. You go inside with Madame Celeste. As you go inside with Madame Celeste, she says, "Now, what can you tell me about everyone in the theater here? I have worried for some time that there are those against me, and you say someone's been in my room. Who do you suspect? What evidence do you have?"
None whatsoever, unfortunately. I do not leave my post, and my post is you. I tried to get assistance from Jory, but he never came to help. Partly because your stagehands here are superstitious fools. Suffice to say, someone came and left while you were on stage.
If you wouldn't mind stepping out and giving me but a moment to check my belongings, I have some unmentionables that I wouldn't have seen by anyone.
Unfortunately, ma'am, I must protest. Touch nothing until I've touched it first.
She nods. As she nods, she's going to say, "I must insist," and I need a wisdom saving throw from you, please. Oh, I didn't think we'd kick off this way, but we are.
20.
20. Beautiful. You feel an attempt to sway you. Like her charm has gone a little bit over the top there, and she says, "I must insist that you turn away at least," with her honey dripping words.
Ma'am, I don't care about your panties. Listen. Someone was in your room. Someone killed one of your people. You hired me to protect you. That's what I plan to do.
She tilts her head a little bit and she says, "I did hire you to protect me, and to protect this theater company and this show. The show must go on."
The show seems to be you.
"You're damn right it is." So you start to hunt through the room here. Maudlin, did you take those notes or did you leave them there?
No, I left them. I was definitely
Beautiful.
realizing I was in over my head, so I put
Malison,
them back. But...
as you're hunting through,
Yeah,
you
just
also would come
checking
across these
traps and
two
all that.
notes. Yeah, you would come across these two notes, Malison. One from Victor Hargrave about the show being shit. This one better be good. And from the owner of the theater saying that this may be the end.
Do they look like traps?
They do not look trapped at
Then
all.
I do not read them. Could care less.
Excellent. Good to know. Maudlin, where are you? Will, Horatio, Robbie, what's going on with y'all?
I think she's freaking out, and runs up to the rafters, trying to get some space from everything. Probably runs like right into Horatio, but looks like Celeste and is like, "I'm a ghost. No, not a ghost. No. Okay, no, everything's fine. Everything's completely fine. And I didn't kill anyone. And I'm not the assassin, obviously." And then I like bump into Horatio while rambling about that.
While you're up on the rigging, yeah. Horatio is like laser focused on you're watching Jory head into the bathroom once more. And I give it back to you guys.
Yeah, I think this sort of takes precedent as the lead actress is now up in the rafters.
Yeah.
And I'm sort of from the shadows. I'm like, "Angel of the stage, what troubles you?"
Oh, that's the wrong time to take a drink of water.
Oh, darling Horatio. And I do have mimicry, so I sound just like her as well.
Oh boy.
As I nothing. The angel. It's me, the angel of the stage. Everyone is counting on me, and that's what I've always wanted. And everything's fine. And also, do you think our last show was bad? Honestly, just be honest. You've seen them all. Do you think the last one was particularly shitty?
I guess, was it notably different in my estimation?
It was the performance in which the actor playing the king, Maddie, he had a bit of a conniption and kind of had a breakdown on stage, left the lady hanging, reviews about this were horrible. That actor has not been heard from since. Has gone missing. Has kind of just not been heard from. Like pulled a Daniel Day-Lewis when he ran out of Hamlet, like halfway through. It was by all means a train wreck. And this is like a lot of people may have come to see this show in order to see whether it is the train wreck that everyone's saying it is.
Yeah, I think Horatio fumbles for a bit and goes, interesting choices were made.
Horatio, you've always been so kind to me. If I fail tonight in front of everyone, I need you to know something. And she goes back to backseat just her face and head for a second, and then like puts the Celeste back on and is like, "Don't freak out."
Oh man, I had no idea. You were,
Hey, it's
you were
fine.
perfect.
It's
in this
fine.
role.
Oh, that's not me. No, thank you. No, it wasn't me though. Okay.
The shaggy
I
defense.
fear that they might be ready to shut us down. Don't ask how I know, but I fear it's coming. We must stop it. Yes.
Yes, we must protect this sacred stage from who exactly? What?
Right. The who. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay, I'm going to go talk to Robbie. We're going to figure it all out. Don't worry. Your leading lady is here in a manner of speaking. And she's going to start like scurrying back down the scaffolding to see if she can find Robbie.
Excellent. Yeah. Where do we
And you
find
do
Will
find
and Robbie?
Robbie,
Yeah.
who... Oh, sorry.
Go for it, Robbie.
Please go.
Robbie is contemplating this sword and just staring at it as modeling comes down.
Oh good, you're here. And she like grabs your hands like tightly, and again does the little like face reveal. It's me.
Oh, I assumed it was, but
Oh,
yeah.
how could you? Why?
Well, never mind. How do you do?
You should really join me on the stage. I think we did it all. I think the chemistry would be electric.
Oh, yes. But you see, I am not a member of the cast yet. Maybe you could stab me at the
What?
end. What? I mean, nothing.
You're staring at the props. Darling, what's going on? Please, did you find a who? We're missing a who.
No, but I do know this sword has paralytic poison powers.
That sword?
Yeah, that one.
All right. And
Oh,
she's
it's no
going
problem.
to-
I can get rid of it if you need to.
No, don't touch the props. Sorry. I've learned my lesson. We don't touch the props. Well, that's supposed to be my sword. I'm supposed to stab Celeste with that sword. Oh my god, it would be my fault. Oh my god. She is going to completely change again, and now she looks like Maddie Brookflower. She's in the king's costume, so it should fit perfectly. She goes, I need to go talk to some people. It's gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. And she's in a full panic at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And she's gonna do anything she can to not touch that sword. She does not want to be blamed for Celeste being felled. But yeah, she scurries off.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Excellent.
So
Will.
meanwhile, I had left the lavatory and I'm headed over to like the nosh area where they got like the snacks and all that. Maybe like the kitchen area where they get that. We get a bunch of cheese, whatever cheese I can find, and get to go back and get some traps. And I'm going to head over to the prop table. While I don't know, I guess they've already left or whatever. Maybe Robbie's still there. Whatever.
Okay.
I'm just going to start setting up traps everywhere, like 100 traps in, around, and on the prop table, because we have a rat
Mousetrap.
infestation.
Yeah.
You got to take a look
Yeah.
at it.
Excellent. Yeah, you set some like jackass like contraption where or Rube Goldberg kind of set of like mouse traps around the prop table, and one errant kind of wisp of cloth, and they're just gonna go
Indeed.
absolutely.
That's what we got. Hey, Robbie, did you know there were rats around here? This place is just like infested, evidently. I got one of them though. It's glitter. You ever seen a rat explode into glitter? And I look at my
that's a
pumpkin, it's
common
not-
thing. It happens all the time.
Really?
Yeah, rats exploding in glitter. It's like 1 out of every 2 rats exploding in glitter.
I'm gonna have to talk to the owner of this place. We got a whole new show that we could put on.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
What you up to? Yeah, you enjoying the show?
Oh yeah, I was just thinking, oh, if you could save someone, but maybe make it so no one knew that you saved them, would you do it?
If I could save somebody, but nobody knew I saved them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care whether they know I saved them or not. So yeah, sure.
Yeah. That's cool. Where's Juke right now?
Gotta look around.
Oh,
I don't know.
perfect. And I'm actually going to sprint away and transform into Juke.
Okay. Excellent.
And then come back
Into Jory or
with Will.
with Will. Okay, gotcha. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay, excellent.
Mm-hmm.
I have touched everything. Everything
So,
has been touched. No traps. Yes.
no traps and
Love that.
nothing missing.
Good.
Why would someone enter my room and not take anything? That's kind of more distressing than not. That's like if you
Well-
came home and your place had been broken into and nothing had been taken.
I've
That
seen
would
this
freak me out
before.
more.
There are a lot of perverts in this world.
You don't think it's that? Leans into you, Malison, and says, "That Robbie has been kind of following me performance to performance. You don't think that? Surely not."
Robbie seems like a good kid. Just a nerd.
She looks at you and she says, "Surely I should have my 5-minute call by now. Jory wanted to speak to me. I'm so sorry." And kind of sweeps out past you, swings the door open. "Jory, has anyone seen Jory?"
And out we go.
Yeah.
I'm right here.
Jory, of course. Please, step into my. Malison is fine. Malison can handle. Malison has our best interest at heart. Please step on in, Jory.
Okay.
And you
Of course,
step
of course.
into the.
Watch out for the
Ah,
rat.
Door closed.
Mm-hmm.
She
Is
looks at
everything
you,
okay?
Robbie, and she says,
Does the alarm go off? Because
Yeah.
the only people
does.
that I would have
Yeah,
ever
it
set
does.
that
Yeah,
for
yeah,
is Jory
yeah,
and her.
It does go off. Yeah.
So that's the other thing I wanted to do before.
It is a
I leave.
crossbow immediately.
Oh, okay.
Who are
What is
you?
it, Malison? Oh,
I'm
no.
Jury. Sorry. I it's probably because I was just plunging toilets.
One more
right
lie. Bolt through the eye.
now. Well, you see, I can explain real quick.
Who are you?
Please, I don't want bloodshed in my
Um,
dressing room. If this happens, please step out into the corridor.
Listen,
Yes, it's less than ideal.
in the best thing you can imagine, he whispers, casts the message spell, but whispers to you, "Hey, I'm Robbie. I'm just wanted to save the leading lady."
Is everything okay, Malison?
I just grumble.
Okay. Jory, you said you had something important to tell me. that we have to talk about. Surely we're on stage again in a couple of minutes. Everything's okay? Props are all
yes.
set and ready?
The prop is perfect.
Beautiful. And Maudlin's ready to take it and take to the stage?
Yes.
Great. Fantastic.
When I said the prop, did it did she seem to
seemed to
know
know-
what I was talking about?
You seem to assume straight away what prop you're talking about. And
Okay,
knowing
perfect.
that it's the King's Sword, she asked if Maudlin's ready to take the stage.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. Yeah.
Excellent.
Of course, everything is ready to go
Beautiful.
as you
Remember,
requested.
when the final kind of flourish happens, kind of touches her nose, grabs you by the shoulders, Robbie, and says, "We will
Touches-
save the theater. The show will go on." And
We
kind of
will. You will.
turns you, pushes you out, pats you on the butt as you go out.
Mhm.
Classic toxic theater behavior.
Mhm.
And
I'll be right outside.
thank you. I must
I
powder,
leave
and then I must go. Yeah, go
clothes.
for it.
I'm gonna grab Robbie by the whatever.
The
Your choice.
King's Sword has paralytic poison on it.
So, why are you Jory right now?
Well, I wanted to mess with the props to remove the paralytic poison without suspicion.
Have you seen Jory?
Yeah, he's in the back plunging a toilet, I hear.
You really think that he would just abandon his duties for a toilet?
I saw it through my rat.
Hmm. Is there a stagehand anywhere?
Yeah, that same fucking stagehand, Malison, is looking at you going, just kind of looking around,
Hey,
muttering
you.
to himself. Spirits, please, don't hurt me.
I'm gonna just snap. Hey,
Yes, right.
pay attention.
Oh, yeah, sure.
There's no ghost. It was me. Go get me Jory, like I asked. And I'm just gonna point. He's in the bathroom over there.
Of course, yeah, of course. I'll go get
If
Jory.
he's not there, come
yeah.
back and tell me.
I will. I'll go get Jory. Tuk, 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 tuk.
God.
Heads into the bathrooms there. You hear the lights. You watch as the lights go down, Horatio, as you're seeing this from your vantage point. And you hear Celeste go, "Where on earth?" Steps on out and says, "Jory, why didn't you tell me?" And she scurries back on stage and begins the final act as the stagehand goes to get Jory. As the stagehand goes to get Jory, walks past you, Maudlin, and says, "You want to get ready for the fight, right?" And kind of runs to go find Jory.
I'm gonna look back to Robbie.
Mm.
So, can you just be anybody?
Anyone you want? I can.
Good. Be me. Stay here.
I immediately change into you.
Excellent.
Love it. You're so useful. And I just go up into the rafters.
Okay, so you climb up into the rafters. Horatio, you are up in the rafters. You see Malison coming on up there too.
Ah, good.
Noble guardsman,
I knew you'd be here.
what wouldst thou with me?
Trickery is afoot, Horatio.
Hmm,
Now, Phantom, you like this place.
I do.
Good. Help me protect this place. Yes?
Yes.
Good. Something weird's happening. Not entirely sure what it is. We're gonna figure it out. Most importantly, we're not gonna let her die. I'm just gonna point down to Celeste down there.
No.
If you see another me, don't worry about it. It's fine. Yep.
Yeah, there's surprisingly a lot of that going around. But, yes. Yes. A dark hero watching from above. A redemption arc. Yes.
I'll be over on this side. If you stop seeing me, don't worry about it.
Yes. Be wary of Jory. He came up here, or tried. That is not normal.
Yeah. I'm looking for Jory.
Yes.
You see him, bring him to me. I'm just gonna back into whatever shadow I can and disappear into darkness.
Excellent. You Homer Simpson into the darkness.
Yep.
Oh, he's good.
Erasure, anything you want to do here?
I think from the rafters, I'm gonna keep an eye out for Jory.
Excellent.
Maybe even like moving along the rafters towards where I saw him last. But yeah.
Yeah, head towards the back toilet corner. Maudlin, what are you doing?
Oh,
There are dozens of mousetraps around the prop table. And your leading lady has begun the second half of the show, is getting closer and closer to the point where she'll need her king double on stage.
I think for a moment, Maudlin is like wrapped in the artistry and the pure like charisma and gravitas of Celeste on stage and gets lost in it a bit. And she's like, and then I grab the sword and I say, and I brandish it. Oh no, the sword. Oh no. I don't grab the sword. And she has to remember like not to touch it. So she's going to instead use one of her channeled divinities to make her own weapon, a sacred weapon.
Yeah.
Because she's gonna have to go on stage with something, and it might as well be imbued with all of this positive energy. So instead, she grabs a scimitar, and she has chanted with this scimitar. She has led acting circles with this scimitar, different exercises and stuff. So this is like her trusty weapon, even though she's never used it to harm anyone. And she starts to sing that same song to it. It starts to glow bright. And she starts flickering through people to be. She flickers through Celeste. She flickers through Maddie Brookflower. She flickers through even her tabaxi form, which is not really her. And eventually, as she hears those lines that will be leading up to her entrance, she lets that like vitiligo, the living vitiligo, kind of go across her skin, and it is just her as a changeling. White hair, king clothes like sagging off her shoulder, completely not fitting very well anymore. And when it's time, she'll step out onto the stage, her own light emitting to cast her face in the smaller spotlight of her sacred weapon.
Beautiful. Will, as those lines get closer and closer.
Oh yeah, well, we got rats. So I'm sure there's some way, there's like a door underneath the stage so we can get under there, maybe a crawl space, whatever's under there, because that's where the rats would be burrowing, and I'm going to look and see if I can find their nest.
Give me a perception check as you
hop
past the revolve and kind of pull your way through as you're looking for glitter. Go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
It's 12.
12. You crawl through. As you begin to crawl through, you hear the beginnings of the where Maudlin would need to step on stage. As this,
I don't know that there's anything wrong. Nobody's told me about a sword. Nobody's told me about anything. All I know is there's rats. So yeah, go get them, girl.
As this is happening, Malison in the rafters, Horatio in the rafters, Robbie at the just backstage in the corridor where you can see one side of the wings and the long corridor that goes backstage to the toilets in the far corner. You, Will, are crawling around. As you're crawling around, Will, Maudlin, you hear your cue. What do you do?
Walk onto stage. Scimitar branded, painting my own face in spotlight.
She comes straight at you. She kind of tears the king's clothing away and kind of throws it off stage at you, and then you step on stage at the same time, and everyone goes, As that happens, she steps towards you and she brings her sword to you. As she brings her sword to you, she comes in close. She glances down at the sword and she says, "It's an unauthorized prop. What are you doing? How do I know that's safe?" Ching, 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 and starts to fight with you there. As she's fighting with you there, ching, 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 she comes back in again. As she comes back in again, she says, "I'll disarm you. Head backstage. Grab the actual sword." Ching. She comes back in. As she comes back in, I need you to go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw. Strength saving throw for me, please.
How could you do this to me? I'm literally just a little guy. This is insane. Hey! Oh, that's only a +2. Okay, that is 16.
16. You hold onto your blade as she tries to fling it away.
Oh!
Everyone sees this moment of actual tension. As they see this moment of actual tension, she leans in and she says, "What are you doing? You ruin everything."
The sword is poison will paralyze her.
Obviously. As she says, obviously, we cut to Will crawling under the backstage area. Drip, 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 drip. There's this weird dark dripping. And from your custodial skills, you know that it's coming from where your custodial sense is tingling. It's the bathroom at the back corner. And as you get closer to it, drip, 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 you see it has a crimson color to it. And as you see this dripping coming from what must be the floor of the bathroom, this dripping crimson color, and as Celeste moves in on you again and begins to truly start to sword fight you, Maudlin, we're going to go ahead and take our final break and come back.
Wait!
I love that we don't talk to each other. This is great.
It's so good. Yeah.
No one
There's no
knows
time
what's
on a
going
night
on.
where there's a performance. It's a lot of like ships passing in the night.
And the other thing about, jamming a burger. Oh, we're back. We come back to this moment here in the theater with Horatio, Malison on either side of this rigging, looking down upon Maudlin. This sword battle happening with Maudlin and Celeste. The sword battle is creeping off to the side. It's not going as you realize it's usually choreographed, Horatio. As this is happening, there's blood dripping down from the floor of the toilet as you're underneath it, and you, Robbie, are in this kind of intersection of the hallway, looking in both directions. You can hear the sword fight happening, gasps from the crowd. As all this is happening, Celeste is going to, because this is happening very, very quick, she's going to try one last time to disarm you and fling your sword. She says, "Get the other sword and come out here. Fight me upstage and follow my lead, my dear. You have a bright future ahead of you. You could be a star." Go ahead and make a dexterity strength saving throw, please.
Okay, +2 to whatever happens here. Well, yeah. Well, she said I could be a star, right?
Yeah.
You got a 9.
The sword flings backstage, ting to ting, the scimitar, ting to ting to ting to ting to ting, and she kind of gives you a shove. And as she holds her blade like offstage, the audience there, she looks at you and she just says, "The show must go on. This is for the good of the theater." And she steps back and she says, "Foul King Kerr, come here and fight me like a man." And she trots right to the end of the stage, to where the theater owner is, and where where Victor is, and where the mayor is. You would see Maudlin at Horatio, Malison. She glances up to the rafters almost imperceptibly, like she's expecting something, and she kind of gestures quickly for you to grab the blade. Come on. Robbie,
sorry.
yeah.
I am in full view of hopefully Maudlin and not our leading lady here. Cast silent image on one of the mouse traps to make it look like the blade.
So you're putting a fake blade there, next to the real blade. Okay.
And
Chaos.
with a little inscription on it saying, "Pick me, pick me."
Ooh, it's glittery. Okay. I'm just gonna grab that.
You grab it, Maudlin. As you grab it, the mousetraps. This is heard by you, Will. It's heard by you, Horatio, Malison. It makes like a bunch of people in the theater jump. Go ahead and make a real quick dexterity saving throw, Maudlin.
Damn it. Somebody else need to start making some saves. This is ridiculous.
That's right. Cut everyone else in a moment.
Me and Horatio are cool, man.
Yeah.
That's a +3 for
We got
a
popcorn
7.
up there.
17. You are just going to take 2 points of piercing damage as one hits you, and you manage to get out of the way of the rest as your hand kind of passes through that blade there. Will, we're going to cut to you as you hear the snapping of the traps there. What are you doing?
Oh, well, all right. So that's handled then. The rats they've become glitter. So we just have glitter on stage, but there's blood here, and we can't have a bloody bathroom. So I'm going to take out the key again and use it to make a door upstairs into the into the lavatory, and just climb up.
As you make a door and you open it, the body of the stagehand just drops to the ground there, throat slit on the ground there, and as you look up, you can see dents in the wall that you made there, and you can see Jory seems to have a real nasty looking, like a stage, it is genuinely a scimitar, sorry, a cutlass, has a cutlass there from the props room, and is trying to carve his way through. As he's carving his way through, he kind of looks down at you, he hears the music in the background, and he says, "I'm late for my cue now." And as that happens, he's going to lunge at you, Will. We are going to go ahead and roll a split initiative across the board here. So if everyone could go ahead and roll initiative for me. And we're going to exposit while we fight, baby boys, baby girls, and baby people. That's a nat 20. Oh, good.
Stop it!
So who would be within 30 feet of me?
You would see, I'll say that you can see Robbie and you can see Horatio.
Heard.
Yeah.
So if anything were to start happening in my general vicinity that rings of danger, my crossbow
Yeah.
would start to like vibrate in my hand fiercely.
Beautiful. I will say, for the sake of rolling initiative, your crossbow starts to vibrate, and it kind of vibrates both with the real threat of what Celeste was kind of heading towards Maudlin with, and there's a ping of something back in the bathroom as well. I'll say, for argument's sake, that's why you get initiative, and you're aware that something is afoot backstage here. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll whisper.
Beautiful.
Down the rafters to Robbie.
Well, give me your initiative first. So we got our
that's true.
initiatives first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who got 25 to 20 or above?
I got a 20.
I got a 27.
27, beautiful. So 27 for Malison. A 20 for you, Robbie. Robbie, what's your dexterity score?
+1. 13.
+1. Okay.
But yeah, the reason I ask is because Robbie and Horatio would get advantage on this as well.
On their
Initiatives, yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Roll with advantage,
My
please.
weapon of warning, baby.
What did you get, Will?
8.
8 for Will. Beautiful.
That sucks, dog.
Sticking with the 20 there, Robbie.
Yeah, sticking with the 20.
Beautiful. Excellent. What did you get there, Horatio?
13.
Okay, 13 for Horatio. And what did you get there, Maudlin?
12.
12. Okay.
Respectable
excellent.
12.
Excellent. At the very top of the round, Malison, yeah, you're able to kind of slide down and you land at Robbie, and you can start your turn having only used 10 feet of movement to get down to Robbie.
I'm gonna just look him in the eyes. Bathroom, trouble now. And I'm going to take a position that can see Celeste and the corridors leading to the bathroom. Whatever, I'm gonna try and get a position that I can see the most stuff I can, but as long as I can see Celeste, I'm good.
So you can take position on one side of the wings, the opposite side to where the props are. So you can see the corridor that leads... Actually, sorry, the side that has the props on it would be smarter. So you've got the toilets directly to your right, and to your left is the stage, and Maudlin is directly to your left. So you're kind of right near Maudlin now as you run around. Right near Maudlin. Celeste is upstage at the very front... downstage at the very front there. And you can see the toilets, the doors closed just to your right there. And Robbie is kind of just coming this way as well, kind of behind you, following behind you. So I'll say that's your movement, but you've still got your action and bonus action.
For sure. I am just going to hold an action here, watching and waiting to see if anything happens. If anyone that is not the people that I have communicated with in the last, 30 minutes or whatever, comes from down the restroom side.
Yeah.
It's a crossbows o'clock.
Crossbows o'clock. Beautiful. That is going to bring us down back into the toilet with the shut door. Door on the floor. Jory right there is going to look straight at you, Will. He's going to look at you, Will, and he's going to say, I'm so sorry, but this has to be done. We're saving the theater. Unlock the door. And he comes towards you and he pulls what looks to be some sort of shadowy blade. And kind of holds it to your throat and says, unlock the door. We must get to the stage. We must get to the rafters and help Celeste. We're ending this. And he is going to hold his action. He is going to do anything bonus action. He's not going to do anything bonus action. He's just going to have a blade at your throat, Will, waiting for you to say either yes or no. Which will bring us back outside to Robbie. Robbie, you're running. As you're running, 30 feet will get you basically to the door, which you can open up to the toilet if you wish to.
And I will remind you, I am disguised as Malison.
Hell yeah, you are.
That's true. Yeah.
Mhm.
Excellent.
As I pull out a crossbow and push open the door.
Excellent.
Crossbow at the ready.
Mm-hmm. You see 2 toilet stalls, one completely fine, the other one a huge stone wall instead of a door. You see Will in a little divot in the floor where there's a door been opened up. You see the body of the old stagehand in the ground there, and you see the dwarven stagehand Jory with this shadowy kind of reverberating blade pressed against Will's throat. Looks up at you. As he looks up at you, he says, This is what Celeste wants. This is what the lady wants. You're getting paid by her. We have to get what's in that cistern, and we have to use it.
I wink.
Okay. And I slowly close the door.
You close the door. Anything else you want to do?
And I'm going to just I'm going to cast a message and say something about us in Malison's voice to Malison. I'm going to say something about a cistern. Yeah, that's all I got.
I can't reply to a message, right?
Yeah,
You
you
can
can.
reply to a message.
I
real quick.
can?
Yeah.
What?
Perfect. Excellent. That will bring us down to you, Horatio. You can see that the choreography is all off on stage. You can see this chaos of two Malisons like near the toilet. You've got a bird's eye view of all of this, and the lady of the stage, the goddess of the stage, is drifting further downstage, towards like the audience, where they've kind of started to choreograph the big final kind of stab scene to happen there.
All I have to go on is that Jory's up to something. So I think I'm gonna rush down towards the bathroom.
Perfect. You're on your own, Maudlin.
I'm there.
Yeah, you head down. You've been swinging ropes for a long time, so it takes like 10 or 15 feet to get down, and you're there with Malison, the other Malison by the props table with Maudlin. What do you do?
Can I get into the bathroom?
I'll say if you use all your movement, but like 10 feet, 20 feet, because you're up that end, you can duck down and swing the door open. As you swing the door open, you look, you see, Jory looks up again and says, Horatio, we're saving the theater. We're saving our asses. Celeste, stick with her and you'll be right, kid. Sorry, Phantom. Oh. And he looks at you, Will, and says, open the bloody door.
I think I'll say something foul is afoot. You have besmirched the sacredness of this theater. I demand you perform your villain's monologue and tell me what's actually happening. I will use. I will take of the various cables and ropes on my person. I take off one of them, and I activate it, and it magically slithers toward him and starts to entangle Jordan.
Excellent. You start to try and wrap him up there. What saving throw do you need from me?
Dexterity DC 15.
Oh boy, he's got a very good dex. That's a 19 on his dex save for that save there. As you try to wrap him up, he kind of stamps on the ropes there. He says, "What, you think I never did my time as a rigger? I know how to work the ropes here. We need to get the poisoned shard from that cistern. Drive it into the chest of he in the front row when the lights go down. We will frame Maudlin, and we will free this theater. We will not go under. We will not have bad reviews from ex-actors, and the owner will not sell this place. Celeste will nab it up in the subsequent auction."
It's not part of my job.
That was.
As you cast villainous exposition.
That was an excellent monologue.
I'm not an actor, but if you think so, maybe I can. Now's not the time. Still got the blade at Will's throat there. Anything else, Horatio?
Did I have to dash to get here?
No, you've still got. You use movement and whatever you needed to do the rope.
Yeah, I could activate that on bonus, so I still have a regular action. I'm going to take out another cable, which is functionally a whip, and I'm going to attack Jory.
Excellent. A problem has come along, and you must whip it. Go ahead and give me an attack roll, please.
Exactly that. Whipping for Here we go. 24 to hit.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely hits.
Okay. And he's next to Will, correct?
He is next to Will, yeah.
Then sneak attack.
Sneak attack. Yeah, go ahead and give me sneak attack there. 13 on top of that.
17 total.
Excellent.
Mhm.
You whip him for 17 total. As you whip him, he looks at you. He is going to uncanny dodge and halve that. And he looks at you and he says, "To complete that game, you sneaky fuck." As he halves that damage, that is going to bring us down. Maudlin, you see your leading lady there. It is that critical moment where you know a beat or two more, and everyone in the audience knows that you fucked up, that you dropped a line, that you haven't come in for your.
Specifically, you.
Specifically, you're the one that went off stage. You're the one that dropped your sword.
I would never leave a scheme partner hanging on stage. I get knocked back into the prop sword. I see the one that says "pick me," so I try and grab it. And when my hand goes straight through and like a bunch of mousetrap goes off, I'm like, "Whoa, wrong decision!" And I'm just going to rush back onto stage and knee slide forward past her to my scimitar.
Okay, yeah.
And I would like to slowly pick up that scimitar and stand and begin monologuing the king's lines.
Okay, great.
You know, lest dawn not come, lest the world end. Will I be martyred here? All this bullshit. And I stand up and I have the scimitar. And this is a very pivotal moment to me. Doesn't matter. Starts jazz squaring. And as she starts to jazz square, she activates her cube of force.
Okay.
And so it's gonna do the side 5. Cube of force. Nothing beats a good jazz square. Nothing can pass through the barrier at all. Spells can't pass through. Living matter can't pass through. It is me and her in this 15-foot square cube right now.
Okay.
In the middle.
Okay. Just you and her. Beautiful. Excellent. Side 5?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes, side
Excellent.
5. So it takes 5 charges off of what I have.
Yeah, beautiful. Cool.
But I stand and I look at her and say, it's not in character, but it is in the voice that I was using for that monologue.
Mm-hmm.
I hold my scimitar up and say, prove you deserve to stand here. And she and me are gonna fight. She's not getting out, and neither am I.
Excellent. That is going to. Is there anything else you want to do there?
That was my movement. We'll say an action to pick that up, and use my cube O force.
Okay.
Yeah, I can take. No. I'm saving that. Nope, I'm good. Thank you.
Beautiful. That brings us down to Celeste, funnily enough. She looks at you, she glances back up to the rafters, and she says to you, turn off that contraption and turn towards the audience with your blade as the lights go out. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Jazz square.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. This is the meanest jazz square I've ever jazzed. Hey, that's pretty good. Wait, what am I adding to this?
A wisdom saving throw.
Okay, that's +5. That's pretty good. That's a 21.
Beautiful. Yeah, as she tries to give you a suggestion, you continue to kind of jazz square. As you're jazz squaring around, she's looking at you and she's saying, not only are you ruining the performance, this whole thing is going to come down upon us and we'll have nowhere to perform. She glances across to the audience and she says, Lord Valis is shutting us down unless we do something. Jory is in the rafters, ready to hit him with some paralytic poison. You were to be a pawn, but you can still be the savior here. And that is her turn.
Whoa, that's a lot to take in on stage. I
More
like kind of
cognitive
fumble in
dissonance.
my jazz square a little bit
Mhm.
and go, "It's never ruined, you idiot."
Keep going,
Fight
keep jazz
now.
square, keep doing jazz square, jazz square, jazz square. ting, 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 ting. Fighting
Ting,
with you.
ting, ting, ting.
Speaking of Jory, who is not ready in the rafters with a shard of paralytic poison to frame whoever has the king's sword, he's there with Will. Will, what would you like to do as we come down to your turn?
Oh, would you imagine that? All right, well, I'm just gonna look up at him, and I'm gonna go, yeah, look, this is all fakakta, you know. I look over at Horatio. What is it? Be besmirched. You besmirched this area, the theater, the dead body, and all that, and it's all messed up. I can't let you do that. And I am going to hold my hand out, and well, we'll just cut away for a second to like my house, my home. There's a little bed and just a nice, neat, tidy area there, and a nightstand. And on that nightstand is like a little glass, and the glass shakes a little bit, and then poof, this little it shakes, and some of the water spills out. And cutting back to me, in my hands appear this metal set of dentures. And I pop them in my mouth, and I would like to take a bite out of Jory.
You done fucked
Yeah,
up
go
now.
ahead. Take a bite out of Jory for me.
It's a 9.
A 9 does not hit him. As you go to bite him.
Wait, I have inspiration because I remember somebody singing a song not long ago, and you know, I'm going to be, you know, inspired with this bite, and it'll be a 19.
19 will hit him. Yeah.
That's 8 points of fanged denture damage.
8 point of fang denture damage. Excellent. You chomp on into him with your fang dentures. He cries out. As he cries out, you hear a cry, Malison, of like someone getting injured in there. I will say the door's probably open. Horatio's probably still standing there with the door open. So you, Malison, can see into the bathroom. It's a little jumbled, but what you do see is like Horatio's back, Will's back, and then Will biting into Jory there. Anything else you want to do, Will?
Oh yeah, I wasn't sure if he was gonna to take that attack that he had promised he was gonna take.
No, he used his reaction.
Oh.
He used his reaction to uncanny dodge.
Oh, fantastic! I'd like to bite him again.
Go for it. Yeah, give him another bite.
That's a 12.
Does not hit, unfortunately. As you bite him again, he kind of throws his arm out.
But I do have graze, so he takes 4 points of grazing fang damage.
Beautiful. 4 points of grazing fang damage there. As you sink your teeth into him. Beautiful. He looks at you as he starts to bleed. He says, "You realize you're contributing to the mess."
I will clean it up. I'm gonna clean it up. I can make a little bit more mess because I'm cleaning this schmutz up afterwards. I've got a schmata. Do you have a schmata? I didn't think so.
The audience is starting to get a little concerned, Maudlin, at the start of this round. They're not quite convinced of what's going on here. As we come down to Malison, what would you like to do?
So I see Maudlin and Celeste on stage. You put up like a barrier of force.
Yeah.
Is this perceptible? Like, can we see it?
I believe it would at least shimmer. Let me double check. Nothing can pass through the barrier. The barrier is centered on you. I will say, roll a real quick either perception or arcana check for me, Malison, for free. No action there.
23 perception.
23. Yeah. You're aware that something is kind of like appeared there, like a heat haze sort of thing.
Fuck. I don't really have much to do. I don't care what's happening in the bathroom.
Okay.
Maudlin's on stage with Celeste. She's imprisoned her in a wall of force. There's most likely nothing I can do about that. So I am going to hold crossbow o'clock.
Okay.
Or if that wall comes down and I need to shoot Maudlin.
Okay, great. Look after Celeste there. Beautiful. That is going
Yep.
to bring us down to our good friend Jory.
Ooh,
Jory
bonus
is
action. I'm gonna
Yeah.
Hunter's Mark Maudlin.
Spells can't cast through, I believe. Yeah.
Never mind then.
Everything's blocked off. It's a good little item. It's a pain in the ass. Beautiful. That is going to bring us down to our good friend Jory. Jory is going to okay. Here's what's going to happen. He is going to steady himself, and as he steadies himself, he just says, "You really shouldn't have done that. This place will live on." And he is going to kind of breathe out calmly and drive a dagger into your throat there. That is going to be a where are we? A dirty 20 to hit you, Will.
Shield.
Beautiful. As you throw up a shield, he is going to hiss in frustration, and he's going to move around you, still within your melee, but he's kind of between you and Horatio now. And as he does, he kind of flicks his wrists, and these two daggers appear in his wrists there. And he says, "Well, hopefully Celeste has this under control, since we've got some idiots here." And that is going to be his turn, going to bring us down to Robbie. What would you like to do?
Robbie, during this, knows this play inside and out, and knows that a character in the play is ill talked about, the son of the king and queen. And so he will cast Disguise Self to become the actor that plays the son of the king and queen, and in his loudest voice that he can muster, shout, "Wait, please, don't fight! I don't want you to fight. Please, just make up. I want to have a mom and a dad together. Please, let's just talk about this."
Excellent.
And since I have the actor feat, and I'm pretending to be someone else, I would have advantage on this check if it.
Go ahead and give me a check. Yeah.
You're lucky I changed my held action. Crossbow o'clock, baby.
That is a dirty 20.
With a dirty 20, the audience kind of gasps. You hear a couple of people go, "Oh, I thought he left the production. Fantastic. What a treat." Celeste looks at Robbie there, looks at you, Maudlin, and says, "Fuck is going on here? What is going on here? This is not part of the script." As you guys are fighting there, you've thrown her off, Robbie. Is there anything else you want to do?
I would like to minor illusion the crown behind my back and pull it out. Please, we don't need to fight over this meaningless thing.
Excellent. As you add to the performance here, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get a performance check from you, Maudlin, and the lady together, because you still have the reputation of the show and your careers to think about. Oh boy. What'd you get there, Robbie?
Oh, me? Performance?
Yeah, performance check. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. I got a 23.
What'd you get, Maudlin? I can't hear what you're saying.
Oh, I got a nat 20 for a 27.
Nat 20.
Yes.
The diva rolled a 2, and she is so thrown by this, and you guys are so magnetic that Victor in the front row kind of turns to the owner and just says, "Oh, I told you she was past her use-by date." As that happens, we come down to you, Horatio. What would you like to do?
Oh, man. Do I hear the show or anything that's going on?
Oh yeah, you guys hear the sun appear on stage. The diva had been rehearsing this herself. She would then play the sun. She would play the king. She then made a decision to have Maudlin there because Maudlin would kind of work as a good scapegoat. But this kid was never meant to show up on stage.
I think I see this and nod. And I turn to Jory and I say, if we will save the theater, we will do it with theater. And I will continue fighting him. I'm going to activate the rope again.
Yeah. Try to catch him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dex save. Let me pick a
Dex
different
save,
dice.
15.
Here we go. That is a dead on 15. 6 plus 9. Yeah, 15 on the dot.
All right. Oh my god. And then I'll just attack with my whip again.
Beautiful. Yeah. He is kind of between you and Will here right now. So I think you do technically have advantage because you're flanking.
Oh, okay. Then let me roll again. Nat 20.
There you go. Nat 20 absolutely hits.
So I could sneak attack him, which I will do, but I will also try to trip him at the cost of one of those d6s.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, strength saving throw, dex saving throw. What do you need from me?
It's going to be a dex DC 14.
That is a 13, and he slips and falls on the blood there. Yeah. Hits the ground. Go ahead and give me your damage there.
Okay. That's going to be 6 plus 6 plus 7.
He is going to uncanny dodge that and kind of whittle that down as much as he can. He's not looking great, though. He has been wailed upon by you guys. And as he hits the ground there, he goes, ooh, ooh. Grape lady. Oh. Yeah. Anything else you want to do, Horatio?
Nope, that's it for me.
That brings us to you, Maudlin. After a charm spell trying to be cast upon you, you and Robbie lighting up the stage more so than this diva has in a long time. You can just tell, even through the wall of force, that the audience is lapping this up, this odd change to the script here, even the people that have seen it before. What would you like to do?
I would like to feminine rage. I don't have any mechanic for that, but I would like to just be really
as a white
mad at
male,
her.
am going to say that that's going to make me uncomfortable. So no.
Damn.
It's okay if we rage. It's not okay if you rage. Yeah, go
with
for it.
like my
Beautiful
double-bladed scimitar, and I'm like,
perfect.
how could you? You tried to freaking frame me, and it's like nonstop. I'm gonna hit her with 2 attacks if I can. I'm gonna try.
Go for it. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I don't think she's
my weapon is still sacred, is it not?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Cool. So I got a +3 to both. Well, a +7 total, but
Yeah.
okay. So the first one is a 26,
Definitely
and the
hits.
second one is a 17.
Definitely hits. Both of those hit. She's in a costume. She's not in armor or anything.
Watch us commit murder, y'all.
Yeah, you slice into her. Go ahead and give me your damage there. Malison, you're watching this happen. As she's hit the first time, she turns and goes, Malison, and just kind of calls out to you. Give me your damage there, Maudlin.
There's nothing I can do.
No, of course.
I feel I've erred.
Yeah.
This is the second time. Anyway.
Okay, this is
I
going to
love
be
this
a normal
narrative.
amount of damage, and I'm doing non-lethal damage.
Okay, great. Yeah, just a little bit like over the top kind of stage fighting that gets a little bit too handsy. Yeah.
Okay, so +2. Okay, that's not a lot at all. She should be fine. Oh, I only rolled it for 1. Oh. Sorry. Okay. That is 17. points of damage.
17 points of damage. You clock her twice. As you clock her twice, she looks at you. As you kind of clock her twice, she says, "Honey, I was brought up in the theater of hard knocks. It's going to take more than that to take me down." And she's looking bad, but she is up and
Then
running.
can I divine smite on that last one?
Yeah, sure.
Like, maybe don't talk shit when I'm being merciful. I don't know.
I would say the
That's
divine
on you,
smite
Burley.
won't be non-lethal though, just so you're aware. Because
Right.
it is radiant damage. Yeah.
I tried to be non-lethal. She was rude to me. Let me make sure I'm doing the right amount of damage. I believe it is 2d8. Yep. Okay. So that is going to be, and it's just on the second one. So that is going to be another 15 points of damage.
Oh, she's looking like bloodied and close to gone with that damage there. The radiant damage echoes out. There are claps and applause as that whole kind of cube lights up. Whoa, and then goes down. She is looking real bad. That was your bonus action casting, I believe. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Divine Smite, if you're using the new rules, which I think we are, is a bonus action.
Oh, if we're using the new rule. Okay.
Yeah.
It just
but
doesn't.
if not, it will be a just a spell slot. But new rules, it is a bonus action when you hit with an attack.
Yeah. Fancy. I will give her an attempt. Like, give her an attempt to be honest. And I'm gonna hold the scimitar to her throat and say, "Project, darling, and tell them what you've done." And that'll be my turn.
Beautiful. That is going to bring us down to her. She is going to... She's going to look up at you through, like, gritted teeth. She looks back at the set there. As she looks back at the set there, she kind of looks towards that stone structure. She is going to attempt to once again cast a spell, and it does not go through the figure there. As she tries to bring her backup plan online, her stone golem construct does not come out. Y'all have hamstrung me here, and she looks at you and she says,
"Oh dang."
Heard.
Okay. Do you know where we left off?
We back.
Reset us, will you? Oh.
2 turns ago.
Oh.
Okay. 2 people's turns ago. Right. And we don't have the recording, so it won't be out on the VOD on YouTube when we go up. Okay. Gang, why don't we get together and tell everyone that missed all that what happened in the last 2 turns? Beginning with our good friend Horatio. What did you get up to, Horatio, on your turn with your Robbie with Jory there?
Yes, seeing and hearing the reaction of the crowd and this new ruckus, I said, if we are to save the theater, we will do it with theater. I try to ensnare Jory with my rope of entanglement. It fails, but I attack him with my whip. With a critical hit, I trip him to the ground.
You trip into the ground as we cut out to Maudlin there fighting with Celeste. Maudlin, you came at Celeste, blades flashing. You tried to hit her with restraint, and she kind of bit back at you. What did you do?
I then divine smited her butt for being a snooty patootie. Rude. We are family in the theater. Have some respect.
Excellent. And as you hit her, she is well within death at this point. Very, very badly injured. She then turned to the stone structure on the wall there, the first set, trying to summon her construct there to no avail. She then decided to, as a bonus action with her bardic inspiration, tell you a story of a young girl that saw Dr. Alison Shakespeare and how she was that young girl wanting to tread the boards, and she said, give him the old razzle dazzle, and kind of leant into your sword as if she's gonna stab you. That is where we left off, bringing us back into Will. What would you like to do?
All right, this is all Meshuggah. So I've got this guy on the ground here in like a pool of blood with glitter, because that's where the rat poofed. So we've got glitter blood smeared all over this guy on the ground. And there's another guy, the body of another guy. Is any chance still alive?
You would have to take the time to check that out, unfortunately.
Save him.
All right, here's what we got. Here's what I'm gonna do. The guy, this is a crazy man, glitter boy, glitter blood boy. We got to make sure to stay down. But I don't believe he's gonna stay down, so I'm just gonna bite him twice, and we'll see what comes of that.
Okay.
It's a 16.
A 16 will hit him.
For 13 points of fanged denture damage.
Excellent. Looking really badly hurt now.
And a 15.
A 15 just misses.
Well, that still gets 4 points of fanged denture damage because of grace.
Tell me how you handle this creature.
Oh, well, I just I go to I bite him and tear out a chunk, and then I go to bite him again, and he just like slumps to the ground, and so I only just barely get nicked a very important artery, and it starts like geysering blood up in there, and I'm like, oh shit, I ain't gonna have to clean that up. But
Oh my god.
yeah, it's all right. I'll get to it. Unless you're thirsty. Never mind. Wait, you. But I turn back around. And am I within 5 feet of the body of the stagehand?
Yeah, you're still technically standing in that little like pit that you kind of stepped out of. You're like waist deep in it. Yeah, he's right at your feet there.
All right, I'm gonna use my healer kit and try and give him points back via the so if he has hit points, we can expend a hit die, and he will recover those points of damage from the from that.
Do me a favor. Just make me a real quick medicine check here. We'll leave it up to the fate of the dice as to whether he's.
I'm sorry, bud. I tried.
Not a high DC.
A 19.
Hey. Yeah. You drop down, you wrap his neck there, and you kind of crimp whatever you need to crimp, and kind of keep him. And he looks up at you. And as he looks up at you, he sees Horatio. Bloody fangs, and Horatio looming over the top, and he says, "Ghosts! I see dead people! I see dead people!" And he is freaking out there. But he is alive.
That was so that was my action to bite. It was an action surge to do the healing because I needed another action for that.
Yeah.
The bonus action, I'm just gonna kick the dead guy's body that was holding a blade at my throat and made a mess around here.
Excellent. He rolls on there. That is going to bring us back around top to you, Malison. You see Maudlin absolutely give it to Celeste here. Celeste is kind of like very badly hurt, tries to summon her construct, can't do that. What do you want to do, Malison?
Totally fed up with everything that's happening right now. I am going to end this stage play. I'm just going to stroll out onto the stage and yell, "Enough of this bullshit! Mayor, get the guards! Maudlin's murderer! We found our assassin! Case fucking closed! This show is over! Go home!"
Go ahead, Malison. Roll a persuasion check for me.
A 16.
16. Okay. The audience kind of gasp a little bit. Celeste looks up at you with like eyes, Malison.
I will shoot her daggers back.
Okay.
I do not give a shit. No one dies on my watch.
Okay. Excellent. The curtains are not drawn because Horatio is not up there to draw the curtains, but there is commotion in the audience as people start to like move and get up. The mayor stands and kind of moves off. She says, "Oh, let me go and get the city's guard. They were warned off here." But the owner and the actor Victor Hargrave, they both stand. The owner's just looking aghast and says,
Not in my theater. Not in my damn theater.
anything else you want to do, Malison?
I'm going to point my crossbow at Maudlin.
Excellent. Jury's dead, so that'll bring us down to Robbie. What would you like to do?
Au revoir, sweet. Sorry.
All right. Disguised as the sun, I'm going to try to save the play, and I am going to say in my biggest voice, but of course, everyone, the show must go on as we have, and I'm going to point towards off stage and cast Major Image as a 20-foot wide dragon comes up on stage, flaps its wings, and kind of just acts like it's swallowing Malison whole.
Excellent. Just this illusion that comes out and just
I'm just gonna walk out of it and be like, knock this shit off.
As the dragon comes down over the top of Malison. Anything else you want to do, Robbie?
Yes. And since the I don't know how big the stage is, but since it's a 20-foot stage, I'm going to the dragon's going to open its arms, and it's going to appear as if the curtain is closing.
Nice. Yeah. Okay. Dragon's wings coming to close the curtain in front of Maudlin and Celeste there. Beautiful. That will bring us to you, Horatio. You hear the sounds of discontent and kind of murmurs among the audience. What would you like to do?
I think I'm gonna run out and I'm going to help sell this. I'm gonna run out. I'm gonna throw a pyrotechnic device where Malison is, and I'll cast Fog Cloud to make it look like the dragon is breathing out this fog as it descends on him.
Beautiful.
I will, if I can, from here, aim a spotlight at Robbie and then close the curtains for real.
Okay, beautiful. Fog cloud. As you fog cloud, you kind of hit the rigging, and like a spotlight swings to Robbie for a minute, and then it keeps swinging, and it swings off, and you hear it kind of detach, and you quickly bump the thing. Curtains close, and a light just goes on the ground there.
Then I start clapping furiously to try and
People
get the applause going.
People start kind of clapping. Can I go ahead and I'll get a performance check from Robbie. I'll get a performance check from Horatio, and a performance check from Maudlin there. Was that a nat 20?
I rolled a 19 for a 25.
19. Okay, beautiful.
17 on performance.
17, okay.
Plus 7. What is math? It is
Wasn't
an
asking
8.
you, Google. Excellent. As the curtains close, there are smatterings of applause. The last thing you guys see as you're kind of shut off from the audience in danger is that City's Guard are starting to come in, and the audience is a lot of people are applauding, and you just see the owner and the elder gentleman star are kind of moving their way along the front of the stage to get to like the stairs to head up and out. Might have sold it, you're not sure, but you certainly saved a couple lives. That will bring us down to end our kind of round here. Maudlin, Celeste, and then Will back in the toilets there. Maudlin, what would you like to do? The curtains have closed. You're here with Horatio and Robbie. The curtains have closed. People are applauding, but Malison is there and Celeste is there looking up at you.
Well, Malison can't currently see me because fog cloud.
Fog cloud, yeah. Which fog cloud will probably get everyone except you guys in the square.
Yeah.
So the square is just surrounded by fog, and you guys are just alone here.
If I may, because I may not, and that's okay. But I did, in our character bonds, establish a little something with Malison that there is a trapdoor from a previous production
Yes, there
that
is.
was
Yeah.
very. It hadn't been sealed up correctly. I'd like to take full advantage of this rare opportunity to not get crossbowed in the throat and like sneak down into that trapdoor. But before I go, I want to ask. I want to ask Celeste, did you mean it that you would die for the theater?
She looks at you and she says, I would kill for the theater.
Not the same thing. Then I whisper Macbeth, and that's going to be my holy word, and she needs to take some damage immediately.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead and give me your.
I'm going to. It's a ranged spell attack, so I got to roll to hit her. But I say the Scottish play, the one thing you never ever do in the theater.
Except if you're doing the play, which doesn't make sense.
That's a 19 on the die plus 6, so that's
Excellent. How much damage does she take?
It's just 1d8 radiant, unless she's undead, fiend, or fey.
She is not.
Then it
go
is,
ahead and give me your. Go ahead and give me your radiant.
Cool. Come on, 8. That's an 8. That never happens. Okay.
She drops, and you drop into the undercarriage of the stage here.
Would that have set off one of my alarms?
Probably. I don't know. Did you set an alarm on that?
I would have set alarms on any entrances to any of the places she would have been.
I would say no, because you would have got one with Will if Will went under the stage as well, which it didn't go off. So I'll say no. But as the fog begins to clear, you will have an idea of what happened. Will, what are you doing?
Oh well, so I've still got that healer's kit. I'm gonna try and stem the blood flow and save the asshole.
Jory as well.
Yeah, Jory.
Okay. Yeah. You saved Jory as well.
And then I'll just put make sure still unconscious, right? I'm just gonna put his body aside somewhere. I'm gonna grab the stagehand, go out the front door, look at anybody out there. Do not go in there.
Excellent. As you say, do not go in there. I think we'll go ahead and leave it there, and we'll make sure you come into our Discord to see what happens with Malison tracing down Maudlin. I'll let you go, Chuck, because we don't have a lot of time before Twitch kicks us off.
We'll do it quick. All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been a fantastic show. The bathrooms are not as clean as I would like them, but, we are good to go here. We'll go quickly around the horn and let you know where you can find all of the fantastic people that participated in this show. And we are going to start with Chrysander.
Oh, shit, man. I'm not ready.
All right. We are going to start with
No, I'm kidding. I got it. Hey, y'all. I'm Chrysander Mandragora of Mandragora Media everywhere. Basically, that there is a social media. Mostly on Instagram. I post a lot of my content on there. Should have like 4 films that I produced and directed over the course of this last semester on there coming out soon. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of photos I take.
Thank you, Chrysander. Owen.
Hi, I am Owen J. Ace, or at Ace of Squares on all social media. I am a game writer and actual play performer. You can find me here on Hit Points Not Required, or on High Shelf Collective's Twitch channel, where I also do actual plays.
Fantastic. Jacob.
Don't worry about me. I'm Jacob. You know where to find me.
Meadow.
Howdy, darlings. You can find me at Howdy Love Darlin or Howdy Love Darlin GM, anywhere that matters. I'm running and playing games at Girls Run These Worlds, Hit Points Not Required, right here where you can find me, and lots of other delicious little places, so follow me so you can find out where I'm at.
Fantastic. Vi.
And I am Violent Fire on Instagram if you want to see all my high-res pictures of my cats.
Hell yeah. I
Fantastic.
kind of do.
I am Chuckles. That is Chuck with an L-A-Z. You can find me here. You can find me on all sorts of social media. We also have to thank Violet. Did a fantastic job in our chat, and Rook keeping everything rolling for the most part in our backstage. Please hop on over to our Discord. We will be putting up very shortly an epilogue so you can find out what happened in the days, weeks, months, years, eons after this fantastic production. And also, please check out our Patreon. All sorts of great rewards. You can get more of us. You can happy hour with us. You can find out how many bites it takes to eat a burger. And with that, remember, hit points are not required to help out a good cause.
Yay!
Night, everybody.